Welcome back to the Intersint podcast. This is episode 13. My name's Mike.
And I'm Kaneez.
So how have you been?
Good, I guess. Nothing really entertaining. How about you?
I'm still fighting my cough.
I can hear that.
It's getting better. Kinda. It sounds you're not going to hear them. Going to try to cut them out as much as possible. I don't know. You were editing the last episode. Do you notice when my voice is like, can you tell when a cough is about to come?
Yep. Yep.
Like my voice changes.
I recognize the waveform, so every time I see that particular waveform, I'm like, okay, that's a cough. Cut it out.
Yeah, so I'm struggling to get through sentences, but I mean, the coughs are what I need to clear out my lungs.
Yeah.
Hopefully this is the final week, and then
Hopefully.
next episode I'm better and I can actually communicate without coughing every 10 seconds. So right before this, I had to pee so bad. Have you ever had it where you have to pee so bad that you can't stand up straight anymore?
Yes.
It is what is happening inside of your body that is preventing you from moving?
Your bladder enlarges.
Oh, is that what that is? Like a balloon?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
It was to the point where I almost forgot to put the toilet seat up because I had to go so bad.
Aww.
That I'm well, I just need to go.
Fuck everything and just get out of my body.
I would have been so mad. If I sent you a text hey, I'm cleaning up pee all over the place.
I would have been like, okay, well, we're not recording this week.
First of all, how? Neat story about this one.
It's a 1 hour story time on that one.
I guess it's a good thing about girls. You always have to put the seat up.
Yeah. We just leave it up until a guy in the house puts it up.
But then it's already up for you, so it's good.
Why would we need it up?
Oh, wait, no.
We need it down.
Yeah, the C part. I was thinking of the lid.
Everybody needs the lid up.
That is true.
Unless you plan to play games and see how far your pee goes.
There you go. Stand across the bathroom and try to see where the arc is so that you can hit it. Then you'd have to walk closer to the toilet as you get lower and lower. That's one thing is, I don't think I told it on this podcast before, where I was over at my ex's house and there was 6 girls, so including the mom.
Okay.
So it was the dad, mom, 5 daughters.
Okay.
And one time I forgot to put the seat down, and the youngest of the daughters fell into the toilet.
Oh no! Were you invited back?
Yeah. I was like, well, I mean, you can visually see that it's not down, so just put it down.
I mean, when you're going, you're not expecting it to be up.
And I completely get that. If you're in a house full of majority females, you expected that it's always down.
Yes.
So I get I was in the wrong.
Have you ever had a moment where you clogged a toilet at a friend's house?
That is the scariest moment.
That's my biggest fear.
It's not so bad if they have a plunger ready to go. Just in case. Here's
next to it, yeah.
Yeah. I literally went out and bought one just to have in case that moment never came up. Because I couldn't imagine. I feel like it had to have happened to me at some point.
I feel like it has to me too, and I just blocked it out of my memories.
And that's probably what I do. I don't know what I would have done or what I did do to fix the problem.
You'd have to dig around trying to find a plunger in the bathroom.
Okay, so let's say this happens at a friend's house.
Okay.
And they don't have a plunger. What are you doing? Immediate course of action. What is your game plan?
I have no fucking. I'd probably at least wash up, tell my friend, and then just whisper it and just be like, "Where's your plunger? Where's your plunger? I need it."
No, I mean, I commend you on that for facing your friend.
I mean, if it was a friend that I barely knew, I would just dip out, never come back. Friendship's over.
Yeah. We had a good run while we had it, but can't be friends with you anymore. And then they have a story on their side.
Oh, yeah.
For that one random friend that came over, clogged your toilet, and then left.
The dipped.
This is going extreme. With the thought to ever just I just need to reach in and try to unclog it myself.
Nope, I will never ever do that. Hell fucking no. Even if my phone fell in the toilet, I'd be like, well, time for a new phone.
Oh, really?
I would never touch it ever again. Put on a giant pair of gloves, dig it, fish it out, so at least the toilet's still working, and then never use that phone again.
You're a giant germaphobe, though.
I wouldn't say giant, but yes.
It's pretty high up there.
But I wouldn't say giant, but yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it depends on who the friend is and how, like, do I want to face this person? Like, say, like, especially being on, like, if you are on a date and this is like the dates prior have been going well and now this moment happens. It's like, how much do I like this person? Like, what are my options there? Can I escape out the bathroom window?
What would you do?
In that scenario with the dating? If I truly, like, if it has been phenomenal going forward, I think I would just use my hand and try to clean it up and then use the shower to, like, run the faucet and then clean up my arms and, like, rinse off with soap. That'd be a story you don't tell the other person until years upon years down the road.
Once you're married.
Yeah, that story doesn't come out for a long time.
Married 5 years, have a kid, and then that story comes out.
But I feel, knowing me though, I also feel like I wouldn't be, I probably would be embarrassed.
I know you would be.
I probably would be.
Yeah.
But I also would probably just face this situation and be like, look, here's the problem.
You're a very in the present kind of person.
That is true. I was thinking about something the other day. So you know how whenever you eat asparagus, your pee then smells like asparagus?
I have that, not every morning, but the majority of mornings, every time I go into the women's bathroom at work. Somebody's eating something and their piss smells so bad. And I'm like, what the fuck are you eating the first thing in the morning to make your pee smell like this? Stop.
This is marking her territory.
Do we need a fire hydrant in here?
This is my bathroom.
But it's like the same thing is with coffee.
Yeah, you brought that up. And it wasn't until you brought that up that I realized it. Like, I never noticed it before.
Really?
Yeah, so after you mentioned it, I had coffee one day, and when I went pee, I'm like, oh, there is a smell.
I do smell coffee. I don't know if it's, like, genetic, though.
Oh, really? Are there people who don't produce smell?
I know, like, some people's pee apparently doesn't smell. It's like with the whole, like, cilantro thing.
Oh, weird. Because I would imagine there's, like, something in either coffee and asparagus that just, I don't know, it makes it scented.
Scented. Or, like, reacts with your stomach fluids to make it smell that way.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Science. I am Bill Nye. Which, speaking of, I took a DNA test.
Did you get your results back?
Not yet. I just mailed it out, so in 4 weeks we'll find out what I am.
What you are. We know what you are. I guarantee you, if it comes back just 100% South Asian.
Yes.
Yeah, we know.
I wasted money to tell me what I am when I already knew what I am. Yeah. Everybody knows what I am.
I would be very surprised if it's like 10% German. Just, where did that come from?
That would be very interesting. I need to find whoever that 10% German is.
Which one of my ancestors was the German guy?
Who colonized what?
That's interesting. So in probably like a month or so, we'll get an updated episode.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know anything about your history to know if there could be anything else?
No. And that's like the one thing about this is like, it's mainly created for white people or Europeans, I guess, because they have I guess there's more history behind them.
The DNA test?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I doubt people like me would voluntarily take one of these as opposed to, say, a European or American.
I wonder if like it will come back like, yeah, you mess with our system entirely.
What are you?
Are you an alien?
Guys! I know we have terms and conditions here and we can't release information, but look what we found.
We need to track this girl down. Because I took one before. And like my mom's side of the family is like very Italian.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, well, I know the Italian part, but I don't know the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like 30% Eastern European, 30% Western European, then 15% Italian. I'm like, I thought the Italian number was going to be a lot higher than it actually is.
So you're just white.
Just white. Yeah. There's more. I can't remember all the other ones, but those are like the top 3 biggest ones. And then after that, it starts to get to like 1% this, 1% that, 1% this. And then like,
okay.
But I'm pretty sure the other numbers were just white as well. Just smaller percentages of white.
Like 0.1% Moldovan.
What the fuck is Moldovan?
I don't know. Is that even a real country, Moldova?
I don't know. I feel like you just pulled that out of thin air.
Yeah, it is. Moldova, country in Europe.
Oh, why do you know that country?
I don't know.
Is there something that happened there recently that you know about?
Apparently, Moldova is the second poorest country in Europe. That's sad. Oh, it's pretty. Which, do you know that there is a country within America?
There's like a hidden country?
Like there's an independent country within America.
No? What?
I was scrolling TikTok the other day, naturally, obviously, and there was a video that popped up that was like, there's a micronation within America. It's called Molossia, and it's near Dayton, Nevada.
Really?
So they have their own president, they have their own legal system, they have their own, I guess it's sovereignty.
How has none of us ever heard about this?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to know how many more there are.
So, yeah, well, first of all, like, that's insane. Secondly, are they now trapped forever in that tiny area?
Technically, America doesn't recognize it as its own country.
Oh.
So they all have US passports. But the citizens, I guess they recognize themselves as independent from America, even though they hold US passports, which is funny.
So it's pretty much like they're cosplaying independence.
Pretty much. You can go on their website if you want it. This president just looks like a guy who just popped up and wanted to be like, well, I want to start my own country, and yeah, I'm leader.
So pretty much it's just a cult.
Pretty much, yeah. Help fight the war with East Germany, buy war bonds. So apparently they're at war with East Germany.
You got to get through the US to get to us. I mean, that's a genius strategy, because then they're protected from the US from getting attacked.
Pretty much.
I wonder what East Germany did to even get them angry.
Yeah, I want to click on this link.
Oh no, you're going to get a virus right now.
Oh, true. Fuck.
As you clicked on it already.
I did click on it. Fuck. Oops.
We don't click suspicious links.
Especially when I don't have antivirus.
You what? Oh, hold on. You don't have antivirus?
Mm-mm.
How do you not have antivirus on your computer?
I bought a trial of it. I think it was like a year-long trial. It expired and I just never renewed it. Stop.
So we, for one episode, we discovered you didn't have a power supply backup. So you got that solved. Now, by next episode, we need to get you an antivirus. You're clicking on a link from another country for war bonds.
Hey, mole with glasses is good, okay?
What with glasses?
Mole with glasses.
Mole with glasses?
Incognito mode.
Oh, I was so confused. I'm like, are you talking about that dictator or whatever he is from the other country? Because he is kind of mole-like.
Apparently they have holidays. Okay, let's look through this. They celebrate Chinese New Year.
Do they use American currency?
Ooh.
I would love to know that they like just trade pebbles or something, and that's what they use.
I think we should go and have an episode there.
Are we? Do we need to get like a special passport to get in there or something? That would be interesting.
President's Day, birthday of His Excellency, the President, actually celebrated as many times as possible during July, culminating with a trip to Olive Garden on or about July 30th. Dude.
I love that they have an Olive Garden. That just makes it so much better.
I love this country.
They do have their own currency. So they have Valora coins.
This looks like a poker chip.
It does.
Limit 2 per customer. They're putting a limit on their own currency.
Also, I wonder if like this has to, no.
It's real.
Oh, one Valora is one. Wait. So $1 equals 80 cents in Valoran. So they actually have an exchange rate.
The Valora is linked in value to the Pillsbury chocolate chip cookie dough, 5 Valora having equal value to 1 tube of cookie dough.
This sounds like a couple of stoners got together and they said, hey, what if we have our own country where the currency is cookie dough? And then it was a joke and this is what happened out of it. How much money does it cost to print your own currency?
We cannot ship this coin outside the USA. I wonder why.
But even like, okay, so you're limited on, this can't be real. I feel like this has to be a joke.
It's real.
And like you said before, like I don't know how many more are there that we don't know about.
Apparently there's a lot. A quick Wikipedia search is there are 18.
In the US?
Mm-hmm. Conch Republic, Nation of Celestial Space, Embassy of Heaven, Musylvania, State of Scott,
I'm on board with Musylvania. I like that one.
New Atlantis, North Dumpling Island. I like these. I want to visit these.
What's the one with Scott? Who is Scott?
State of Scott.
Who is the Scott? Let's go. I want to see Scott.
A Southern Unionist movement in Scott County, Tennessee.
We know a Scott in the southern area.
What wonder if it is.
If it turned out to be him, that would be the funniest.
I wouldn't put it past him.
He just got bored and decided to make his own nation. I'm on board for Musylvania. If I'm picking any, I want to move there.
Let's figure out what this is. Musylvania is a fictional island located in the Lake of the Woods along Canada-US border that served as a plot device in the Rocky and Bullwinkle show. So I don't know if it's real, because it is saying it's a fictional island.
Oh. See, these sound like one of two things. Like, a lot of those that you named sounded very cultish, which I would not be surprised if they are.
No.
The other one is just like they want to be like Imagination Land and they want to cosplay their own little country.
North Dumpling Island is a real island off the coast of Connecticut.
Do they only specialize in dumplings?
That's what I'm trying to find out. It'd be funny if they just specialized in dumplings.
Yeah, like if you're going to like, so you go to the Cheesecake Factory and the cheesecake is like, that's the thing you want to go for. So if you're going to this dumpling island, is that like, you have to get the dumplings? Because if not, you're wasting your time.
See, these white people think they can do things better than the Chinese.
I know. I mean, that's you just summed up all the white people in general. The reason why they conquered places because they thought they could do it better. Like it's.
Well, guess what?
Could you imagine if we needed passports to go to other states? Like if you were in a state, you're stuck in that state unless you like you had to go through customs every time you cross the border.
That'd be so annoying.
It would. Like, oh, I'm going on a road trip. I got to go through like 10 different checkpoints.
You need your passport and like your license and like imagine having to go through TSA for every state.
Oh, that I'm already miserable just thinking about it. Also, dude, like if that were the case, then that means you couldn't just move to a new state if you wanted.
True, you'd have to apply for it.
Yeah. Also, I think that I'm actually on board with that.
I was thinking about that too. Like, I actually like that idea.
At first, I'm like, that's a bad idea. But now, like, thinking about, first of all, how many people are moving to Washington?
Yeah.
I'm sure Austin would have no problem with this new law.
No, not at all. They want the wall.
Yeah. Like, if you had to apply to move to a new state, I think things would be a lot nicer for everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably wouldn't be in Washington then, but...
I mean, considering how you got here, probably yes.
True. I didn't think about that. Good point. Smarty over here.
Yeah. I'm not a goldfish for once.
I mean, because I think about that too, because over in Europe, I don't know. Do you need passports to go from like France over to Italy?
I think within the European Union, you don't.
So it kind of acts just like we do.
I guess.
Okay.
Have you heard of like how people from London, at least, they think a 3-hour drive out of the country to like, let's say France or whatever, or Scotland, is a road trip or like a day trip that you need to plan for. But like for us, a 3-hour trip is like to Portland and it's like a day.
I could have swore we talked about this already, didn't we?
I don't think so.
Maybe we just talked about it
Offline.
outside of the podcast.
Yeah.
Sorry if this is a repeat topic. I can't remember now, but yeah, it's absolutely insane. Like even the fact of like relatives being 45 minutes away, they only see those relatives like once a year because that's oh, we got a plan to do this 45-minute commute out there. Meanwhile, you and I have hell just recently. You and I drove 3.5 hours to go see Blink 182.
Oh, true. Yeah.
And then back in the same day. Not even Portland. We've stayed in the state and we went to a show.
It takes 6 hours to get across the state.
How many?
6.
Oh, so we drove halfway across the state.
We did, yeah.
Jeez. And on top of that, like, you and I have done day trips down to Portland. That's 3.5 hours. We've gone on, okay, so I can consider those two, concerts and Oregon. Those are like worth it trips for the 3 hours. But we've driven 2 hours just for a hike.
We have. Jeez.
So, I mean, like, to us, driving is not a problem at all.
Yeah.
I even have a pen pal over in Singapore.
Okay.
Is this Singapore? Oh, shit. I should probably know this. Hold on. Zooming on the map. Okay, yeah, Singapore. I didn't realize this prior to having the pen pal. Singapore is just a tiny island. Did you know that?
Why did I always think it was attached?
I always thought so too. I thought it was bigger than what it was.
Wait, so where is Singapore?
Right below Malaysia.
That's what I thought. Okay. What am I thinking of then? Hong Kong?
Isn't Hong Kong's its own island too?
Is it? I don't know. Jeez.
We're not very... Or no, sorry. I'm thinking Japan. Singapore is this tiny little island. And so, like, talking to this pen pal and whatnot, one thing they brought up was we wanted to go to this one thing, but it's on the other side of the island, and that's just it's gonna take all day to get over there, and it's gonna take so long. I'm like, interesting. So I went and I did Google measure, like I measured on Google Maps. We've gone to hikes farther away than the distance it is to go from one side of the island to the other side of the island.
Jeez.
And I'm like, if I lived in Singapore, I'd be going all over the island all the time because it's not even that bad of a trip. It's weird. It's a weird perspective that, like,
yeah,
to them, 45 minutes is a huge trip, but we do that just to go grocery shopping.
Or go to work, yeah.
So, this is crazy. Did you see the Paris Olympics opening?
I know that's going on, but I haven't seen it.
It is the most what the fuck is happening right now moment I've ever seen from the clips I've seen.
We were talking about that at work, and we came to the conclusion that the Summer Olympics suck, and it's all about the Winter Olympics.
Pretty much is what it seems like. But, like, you remember, like, the China Olympics?
Vaguely, yes.
Where there's, like, this huge performance with, like, the drums and, like, 1,000 people playing at the exact same time. So, these videos of, like, there's an almost naked man all painted in blue with, like, orange hair, like, doing some weird dance on a stage, like, seductively as, like, the music is happening.
That's funny. Speaking of, they now have, like, anti-sex beds for the athletes.
What does that even mean?
There's no give to it.
So it's
a very stiff bed. If that's your way of preventing athletes fucking each other,
yeah,
that's not the way to go, especially when you provide condoms within their welcome package.
You're throwing in a bunch of, like, young adults
within a housing community,
especially from all over the world. So you're like, oh, there's a Brazilian over there. Oh, there's an Asian there. It's like, and on top of that, they're all jacked up and, like, in the best build of their bodies that they could ever have. So it's like, exactly. You just have these, like, perfect human beings that are young adults. Of course, nothing is going to stop them from having sex.
No.
I was thinking, like, an anti-sex bed is, like, almost like you get into a bed and then there's, like, a fence that goes over top of your bed so that no one can, like, so you have to have a chaperone, like, lock you into your bed so no one else can be in there with you. The next Olympic Games, all male athletes have to wear chastity belts so that no one can access.
Wait, let me Let me just save this picture. Okay. So it's that.
Oh yeah. These kids have had sex on less. There's no doubt in it. Like, this is not going to stop them.
No, not at all.
If anything, you just move the mattress to the floor. There you go. You're done.
Exactly.
But like, one of the big opening things that like are making people mad. Well, it's making Christians mad.
Oh, of course.
Is that there was a representation of the Last Supper, but with trans people. So Christians are obviously losing their mind over that one.
Oh, of course.
One of the coolest things, though, and I never thought I would see this, there's a French. Are they French? Yeah, it's Paris. They have to be French. There's a French metal band called Gojira.
Oh, yeah.
And they played the opening, which is like the coolest thing to have a metal band represent the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that's really neat. And like accepting it as something that could be there.
So, did you see that Parisians? Is that how you say it? Parisians?
I know what you're saying and I know what you mean, but I don't know the proper way to pronounce that.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, they're protesting the whole Olympics by taking a dump in the river. Apparently they don't want tourists there, and with all the loud noises and whatnot, but then the president was like, to prove that it's clean, because that river will never be cleaned.
Oh, okay.
But obviously it's marketed, or like people believe it's clean for you to swim in. The president is like, yeah, to prove it's clean, I will go swim in it.
Oh no.
And the day of him going to swim in it, everybody like just started taking a shit in there. I mean, it's also to prove that it's obviously not clean and you need to clean it.
Yeah.
You have to have like people cleaning it. And obviously like the president never believes citizens. That's like with here too. You do know there's a river here that's like radioactive.
Oh, no. Where's that?
It's called the Duwamish River.
My guess was going to be Chicago.
No, like in the state. In Seattle.
Oh, in our state.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I never heard about this. Where's this at?
It's by South Center, so the airport.
Really? It's that close?
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of waste from the industrialized neighborhood.
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures right now, and it's just all factories. In
2016? No, this was in high school. 2012. So I was part of this, we had to do community service, so I volunteered for the parks department. And they took us down to the Duwamish River on a ferry, or like a little boat ferry thing. And you could just smell all the chemicals within like the inside of the boat. And they gave us like masks and everything to like put on.
That's insane though. I never knew that.
I wouldn't want to take you there.
I would appreciate you don't take me there.
You're welcome.
That's the one place I don't care to visit then.
You can look at it on Google Maps.
Yeah, I saw pictures. I know exactly what it looks like. Looks like water. Narrow water. I'm good.
It looks like greenish brown water.
Hey, we had that in Pittsburgh too. It's the Three Rivers city.
Oh, right.
Because there's literally three rivers that come together at a point. One river is brown, one is green, and one is normal colored.
What is normal colored?
What is clear, I guess, is
blue?
I mean, the blue's the reflection of the sky, though. Or no, is it backwards? Is the sky the reflection of the water? One of them is not the color that it is.
You have Google in front of you.
Oh, wait, yeah, that would make sense. Sorry, I'm dumb.
Yeah, you are. What?
Why would the sky be blue? That makes no sense.
Isn't the sky technically black?
Yeah, like the sky is space.
Yeah.
So it would be black. So yeah, it's a reflection of the waters that we get the blue. Oh, that was a dumb moment for me.
Aw.
I'm realizing the more we do the show, the more I'm just showing my dumbness. I'm realizing how dumb I am.
This is why we have the podcast named the way it is.
Yeah.
Should we ever come to say how that happened?
No, I don't want to.
Same.
I want it to be one of those things that if anyone ever figures it out, we'll tell you. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to be a secret to why we named it the way we did.
Yes.
But speaking of like the whole like Washington River thing,
Mm.
Mount Rainier's on fire.
I think I saw that. And somebody also pushed a car into a gully, whatever that is.
Yep.
Like an inflamed car
Yep.
into a gully that started wildfires.
So like there was witnesses saying that like they saw him get out of his car, get the car on fire, and then let it go in neutral to go down the hill and catch things on fire.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they ever caught the guy, but like that's fucked up.
Which, because now I can start smelling wildfire smoke since Thursday. Because I was out, or like the second I walked out my door on Thursday morning is when I smelled wildfire smoke.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if what's happening here. I know there is a fire here somewhere.
Oh, is there? It's fire season now.
Yeah.
I thought we were over it, and I thought this is going to be the year where we have like maybe one, and that's it. But I was wrong. It's bad to the point where we had to like do research before we go on a road trip to see if there's going to be a fire.
Or even on hikes too.
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of trails are closed.
We did that one hike, remember? And when we got to the top, you could see all the smoke around.
Oh, yeah.
I was nervous on that one. Like, is there going to be a point where we're trapped here because of the fires?
Thankfully, I think we had service.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I think we had service.
But also, like, going back to the Olympic thing, did you see the guy who had to amputate his own finger just to play in the Olympics?
No. What?
Yeah. What would be the reason why this happened? Like, throw out a wild guess. What is the reason why he had to amputate his finger?
So, he had to cut off his finger to compete in the Olympics.
Yes.
Was it like the Special Olympics? Like you had to have some sort of deformity? I'm sorry if this is offensive.
Out of all the possibilities I've gone in my head for this question, I did not expect that to ever be an answer that was given. But I know,
sorry.
I understand your logic now that you say that. Like, my brain never went there, but I can understand where you're coming from.
Okay, tell me why this guy had to cut off his finger.
So, well, I mean, my first thought when I read the headline was it was like a bet or something.
Okay.
Or there's some special thing of like, oh, you're not allowed to participate in the Olympics unless you cut off your finger, like prove you want to be in it. Something like that. I'm like, wow, this guy's a badass of like, he really wanted to be in the, no, it's not that fun of a story. So it was like 2 weeks prior to being in the Olympics, he broke his finger.
Oh.
And so it was going to prevent him from being in the Olympics.
Oh.
Because, I mean, think about it. Like, you've trained for a very long time for this moment.
Much. Yeah.
And then you break your finger.
That would be my luck. That would be your luck.
I thought about that too.
Yeah.
This would be you 100%.
I got COVID the week before Blink.
You did? Yes. And I got sick the week of Blink.
The week of Blink, yep.
And we were fine for the whole year leading up to that show.
And I had a feeling the day I got those tickets, I had a feeling something bad is going to happen the week of.
And it did to both of us.
And it did, yep.
So yeah, he broke his finger and it's going to take like 6 weeks to heal. So he wouldn't be able to compete. So he told them to just cut it off.
Damn.
So would you ever do that?
It depends on how much they would cut off.
I'm thinking the entire finger.
Wait, you sent the article. From the knuckle up.
Yeah, so the entire finger.
So, here?
Yeah.
Wow, no.
You wouldn't do that? Like, you trained for years for this moment.
But then you have to learn how to use it.
At that point, I think it doesn't matter.
Like, you'd have to relearn how to, like, hold things.
I guess. But they never say which finger it is.
16 days after he was injured.
That's the worst of worst timing.
Yeah. It's on his right hand, so if he's right-handed.
Hopefully he's not.
I wonder if I can find what finger it is.
That's what I'm trying to find too, because if it's like your pinky, like we have a whole episode dedicated to losing your pinky, but I feel like I'm more comfortable losing my pinky than I am.
I mean, articles are saying it's part of his finger, so not his whole finger.
That's what it's weird because you said knuckle, but then I'm seeing like, oh, the top of the finger, which that's not bad.
So like first knuckle is like that?
Is that considered a knuckle?
I know this is.
I thought What? I thought your knuckle was just here.
The knuckle of your hand is here.
And
the knuckle of your finger is where it bends.
Those are called knuckles?
I guess.
I did not know that. I just thought they were joints.
They metacarpals. I wonder what his wife's reaction was. Because his wife was like, don't make any rash decisions. And he goes and does this. I'm sorry, babe, I had to.
How much of your finger would you be willing to lose to play in the Olympics?
Depends on the finger.
Let's say pointer.
If it's my pinky, pointer.
Yeah. I love how you're staring intently at the finger. Like, so the first like tip before the first
where the fingernail is.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's it. Did you see Matthew Perry has like his finger amputated? Or did have?
No.
You never saw that?
No. I don't know much about Matthew Perry. I'm looking at an image where he has both hands in the picture and I don't see one missing. Oh wait, he does.
Yeah. It's like the first tip. Like the
on
first
the middle finger.
Joint. Yeah.
That's even hard to notice even looking at the picture.
Apparently in all his movies and TV shows, they did a pretty good job of hiding it.
I never noticed that. Was that in Friends too?
Yeah. Because I remember watching that show for like the second time.
And you can see it.
And I saw that and I'm like, wait, why didn't I notice this before? And what happened? And so I had to like look it up, and apparently it was from an accident when he was like a kid.
Oh, fun fact. Fun Matthew Perry facts.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I agree with you. First digit, I think that's about my 0.2.
Yeah.
Anything more than that, I couldn't do it.
I mean, unless it was a risk of it spreading, I would just do it.
Yeah. What? I'm looking at my fingers now. I mean, thinking of like the Matthew Perry thing, I think the middle finger is the way to go because that is your longest one.
True. And it'll just match everything else.
Yeah, it just goes even pretty much with the rest of your fingers. I think that's the way to go. Take the longest finger.
Chop it off, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like...
That's too much.
No, you're not seeing what I'm doing.
You're doing like a claw.
If my finger was cut off in the middle finger was cut off.
Yeah, at that point. But that's too many. You need to go one more. Do you want to see
what I'm doing?
I'm so lost on what we're trying to prove here.
This is how your would look like.
No, you're too shallow.
Well, I can't do it there, okay? Stop bugging the fuck out of me. There, happy?
Yeah, okay, that looks more normal. You're showing me like the first two segments gone. I'm like, but that's not what it would look like. That's too small. We have a sassy Kaneez today.
Hey, I'm editing last week's episode. Shut up.
I do.
You were
feel
so
bad about
extremely sassy last week.
Wait, was I?
Yep.
I do not remember that at all.
Of course you don't, because it's you.
I will say that my coughing, I was more focused on my coughing than what I was saying. And anything I say should not be held against me.
Like I said, I don't like sick you. You're too mean.
I don't remember being sassy at all. Honestly, I don't even remember what we talked about last episode.
You don't remember what happened yesterday. I'm pretty sure you don't remember what happened last week.
That is, yeah. You're not wrong. Also, apologize for how much you have to edit that one due to all my coughs. So
it's such a pain editing that.
I'm sorry. But I think next week, maybe, hopefully, we'll be fine. No more coughing. Editing will be easier.
I would hope so.
Well, fingers crossed.
You do have bad lungs. I feel like all firstborn children are born with some sort of defect.
That's actually a good point. We need to conduct a poll now.
Yep.
If you're a firstborn and you have problems, but your siblings do not, let us know.
Without divulging in specifics, let us know if you have, if you're a firstborn child who has a defect.
Yeah, we need to get to the bottom of this, see if this is a true thing. We got all the bad genes, so they get the stronger genes.
It's like when you're first making a batch of cookies, the first one always comes out blah.
That is a great example. We are the first batch of cookies. All right, well, that's going to do it for us for this week. So, yeah, be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, do all that social stuff. Go follow all of our socials over at Intersint Pod. And we will see you next week.
Bye.